guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about video games, particularly the in defense video game thing, because I've been seeing videos of people saying like, "Oh, but I'm gonna buy. Hold on, I'm gonna buy Ghost of Yotei." And then try to make a video explaining why they're buying it, and then try to shame the audience for not wanting to buy it because of political reasons, right? But my thing is, I'm so and loser, and that's what the hell you are. No matter how you want to slice it or dice it, you're a loser because you don't stand for anything. You have no moral standing. You saying that people are bringing their politics into this or whatever, but gamers don't bring their politics into video games. It's the devs, the people who are creating, the people who are in charge are the ones who bring their politics into these video games. Stop trying to sit up here and try to shame the audience for not wanting to buy it. I don't want to buy it, and I'm not going to buy a game, and I'm not going to give a company a chance just because. No, these companies literally have people go on social media and do interviews, talk about how bad the fandom is, call us losers, say that we live in our mom's basement, we never had a girl before, all that bullshit, right? Okay, so if I'm all this terrible things, why the fuck you need my money then? If I'm all that in a bag of pop chips, why do you need my money? And then it's losers on social media or whatever. Well, I'm still gonna buy it. Okay, well that's great for you, you moron. You go ahead and be stupid. But I'm not gonna be stupid. I'm not being stupid. I'm not buying no damn game when you got the devs, the actor talking about how terrible we are, and then them cheering for political assassination. Whether you agree with Charlie's beliefs or not, nobody should be cheering for any political assassination. Period. Political, no, not even just political assassinations in general, especially when it was on the world stage. It was out in public for people to see. It ain't like this was done in private where people couldn't catch it on film or anything. People saw it. There are so many people who are probably traumatized from seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Even I to this day I still can't get the image out of my head. I can't get the video out of my head, and I wasn't even trying to even watch the video. It's because at the time that it happened, I was on social media scrolling, looking at anime and comic book stuff, and as soon as I slide it up, I see a video of Charlie Kirk talking, and the next thing I know, boom, neck just gushing of blood. Just what the fuck, right? But what I'm saying is, you sitting up here, some of y'all making videos talking about, oh, well, I'm gonna go buy Ghost of Yotei and stuff like that, and y'all need to give it a chance. And some of y'all always want to try to be like, oh, it's because it's a female and acting like female characters. Nobody's saying that. There are context between the reasons why people do not want to play Ghost of Yotei. Because first off, if I played a game called Ghost of Tsushima, right? And I've been waiting for a sequel because of the way the story ended. So it's not like you gave Ghost of Tsushima like a complete bookend where there's literally nothing else for this character to do. You had a DLC and it's still left open ended. So yeah, actually I do expect a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. That's not me being wrong. I don't understand what makes you think that I wouldn't expect a sequel for Ghost of Tsushima. And isn't it funny how every time they lead us in with the male protagonist that people love, they'll come out of nowhere for the second game and put a fucking female in there, and not a beautiful female, some butch lesbo hoe. She's lesbian for some reason. Like, you can't sit up here and pretend like all of that shit don't exist. You can't pretend like people who are talking about this shit is just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Or all of a sudden, she plays better than the male character. No, that doesn't make logical sense. But what's crazy is that the same people who will say, "Oh, I'm buying Ghost of Yotei" and make videos about it, are the same people who brought all those games that it didn't take a rocket genius to know that this game was going to be hot trash, right? And as soon as they had an opportunity, they got the fuck on, and they brought the game, knowing the game was hot trash, and then complained about it after the hype was over. I'm so sick of those gamers as well. Those people who will buy a video game and try to convince you that the game is good or whatever, and because there's backlash, y'all want to run in defense of the fucking company. I'm sorry, are you fucking the company? Is the company fucking you or paying your bills? No. So then shut the fuck up. Nobody asks you what the fuck you doing. You don't have to. You didn't have to make a video. But since you want to make videos defending a company, I always tell people, I'm for fans first and foremost when it comes to certain things. And what we're not going to do, we're not going to sit up here and try to shame the audience for not wanting to buy Ghost of Yotei when the actress opened up her damn mouth talking about how terrible men are, talking about how men are losers, straight people are terrible people and they need to be destroyed, talking about domestic terrorists. Like, be so for real right now. Yes, I have every right to be like, no, I'm not gonna pay for that. And another thing, stop telling people they fucking broke you because they don't want to pay $70 to $100 for a fucking video game that first day need fucking patches. The fuck you talking about? No, you just admit that you're a weak bitch who relies on this shit. The only reason why you even got a following is because you're so ingrained, and YouTube loves when people take up for these companies. They don't want people to go against stuff. Hardly. Why you think there ain't that many channels that go against stuff? Why you think their reach isn't as far as people who take up for these companies? Because they know. They know. That's great that you want to buy Ghost of Yotei. But if you're going to make a video talking about, well, I'm going to buy Ghost of Yotei because I'm really excited for it, okay, cool. But when you start trying to talk bad about the video gamers, trying to say that they're sexist, they're losers, or they're just scared of women, or they're just they're throwing their political beliefs and stuff, whatever, but ignore all the shit that the company has done, is crazy. Talking about, oh, we have to learn how to separate the art from the artist. No. There was a time you could. But nowadays, you're not going to keep bad mouthing your audience and telling them that there's some losers, they don't have no girlfriends, they're all ugly, or it's wrong being straight men, or they're gooners, or they just want girls to jerk off to, and then expect them to buy your video games. That doesn't make any sense. If I tell y'all how much I hate y'all as my audience, and then I'd be like, but buy my book, does that make sense? Like, I'm being serious. Does that make sense? So if I got on here right now and said, I'm making a book, and I want y'all to buy my book, but I also hate you motherfuckers, because y'all are losers who can't get a girl, and y'all live in your mom's basement. Does that make sense? Would you really buy a book from me after I done told you all of that? Would you really buy art from me if I told you that? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. But for some reason, when it comes to people like me, if I said it, y'all not buying it. But for some reason, a company is literally saying that publicly. It's not like it's in private, it's publicly. And we're still taking up for the company. We're still gonna, well, I'm gonna still buy the game or whatever. Why? FOMO? You don't have to buy nothing, because the thing about it is, we need to hurt these companies where it counts, and it's their wallets. You don't owe nobody no money that disrespects you like that. I'm sorry. You cannot constantly disrespect somebody and then expect them to support your stuff. That to me, I will never get behind that, and I will never understand that. That's just like if the creator of Demon Slayer came out right now, because Demon Slayer is doing really well, and publicly said that they can't stand the fandom and hate all of us, and say that straight people are horrible people and females are better than males. You think I'm about to buy Demon Slayer shit? You think I'm about to support Demon Slayer? The answer is hell no. Just like with the Batman shit. Why are we supporting DC after they just had a writer who worked on Red Hood, who talked about Charlie Kirk, who also talked about how terrible Red Hood is, who also talks about killing women, even though they're trying to pretend to be one, who also talks about political violence against the company they work for, who also talks about how they don't really care about the continuity of Red Hood and they're going to do whatever they want to the character. Why would you still support the company? Does that make sense? No. Or just like, for instance, a lot of y'all knew Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League sucks. You could look at it and tell that it sucked. And yet a lot of y'all was still trying to convince the audience that they were wrong and trying to defend the company's choices when there was so many things that was going against it, and then got shocked and surprised when the game turned out to suck. Duh. It's the same shit for the Nintendo fanboys. You know the shit sucked, and you still brought the shit and then try to convince everybody that it was good, and then try to go against people who said, hey, this shit sucked. And then, now that the shit's here, y'all like, yeah, it does kind of suck. Well, duh. Of course it sucks. Again, you don't need rocket science to teach you that. Stop buying shit on impulse and stop spending your money on people who hate you. That doesn't make any sense to me. If somebody telling you that they don't like you and they hate you and think that everything you stand for is a problem, why are you buying their stuff from them? That doesn't make any sense. You get what? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand how there can be so many people that can sit up here, defend the company, and then try to be like, oh, you just got to separate the art from the artist. Okay, but guess what? I didn't ask for a female samurai, and you're not going to tell me I have to give it a chance when the game is like 70 something damn dollars. You wanted me to give it a chance? Put the game for 40. How about that? Can you do that for me? Oh no, you can't do that. Right. But you expect me to buy the game just for the hell of it. Just because. Oh, well, it's Sucker Punch and you should. No, I don't have to give nothing a damn chance. And stop telling people they have to give these companies a chance just because. No, that's not how any of this works. When you disrespect your audience, when you lose trust in your customer base, no, your customer do not owe you a damn thing. Loyalty means nothing if you're going to disrespect them and purposely do shit that's going to piss them off. And then trying to sit up here and try to say people are being sensitive. No, ain't nobody being sensitive. It's just that I have morals. If I ever hear Jim Lee ass say that he hate the fandom, guess what? Your ass saying I'm not buying shit from you. I don't give a damn how legendary your work is. The fuck you talking about? And that's real talk. I love Raven Simone, but let that bitch come out and say some bullshit about the fandom. You can miss me with any support. No. At some point, you do have to have some kind of moral standards. No matter who you are. But this whole notion of we just have to shut up and just accept it just because, or if you don't, something's wrong with you, it's crazy as hell. And I'm not about to sit up here and pretend like That's a good thing. And I'm not going to tell people that you should still support these companies just because. No, I don't. If anything, wait for the game to be on sale. That's how I look at it. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.